P collab, man. Oakland Vallejo, the Bay Area stand up. I'm from that town. She from Vallejo. Said let's collab. She said okay. We all should play. Hot potato. Whoever got the hottest vibe. Challenge accepted. It's me, I'm the best. Like creative players on hunters, no less. The lines in your forehead just told me you stress it. Got G-O-D on me side. Ooh, he blessed me. All the lies they tell it's a vaccine. They're acting it's so bad like it's wrestling. Keep my circle so small it's insane. If you made the cut then you're part of my team. Just like blowing that plank off strikes don't gutter. Attracted to the mind but I like my hooder. She gotta have a pretty face too.
Hello, welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. We are here with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Yeah. We are here to go over Love and HipHop Atlanta, the latest episode, which was titled Panic at the Disco. Going forward, I'm just going to title these episodes as they are named for when you're searching them, because numerically, I can't do that shit. It doesn't make sense. It was like season 16, episode 47. I was like, what is going on? I don't know if it's DirecTV or what, but
it could be.
No, it was like that on Comcast too. I recently changed cable companies, y'all, because Xfinity stressed me out to points that I can't. There's no return for them. Anywho, we're going to go over this latest episode, which was, when I say, mind you guys, I'm going to be starting my master's degree in May. And I'm going to be getting it in psychology as my bachelor's. The goal is to become a therapist. And I am sick of hearing the fucking word healing journey. So I'm going to try and get through this nicely.
I just feel like for me, when we talk about healing journeys, some things don't need to be televised.
That's right.
And I felt like this episode was a testament to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think so. And we're going to see that in a moment because these ladies are full of shit. And I said, full of shit. So the ladies are in Belize. Rennie, Ruchi, not Sukihana, Lord, Shekinah. What is the other girl's name? Spice. Is there another one?
Spice. It was Spice, Shekinah.
Rennie Ruchi,
and there was somebody else.
Sierra.
How I forget?
We don't know what she looked like no more because she keep touching her face. She looking like the female.
Sierra, leave your face alone.
Right.
Brittany was right when she said we don't recognize you anymore because I'm telling you, you finna look like a Black China doll in a minute. Like I'm so sick.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, because sometimes those are scary.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. But Rennie goes to the doctor. She has a hole in her kidney. Turns out she had a heat stroke, which is hot as hell in Belize. So I can definitely understand that. And a lot of those cars, I know when I went to Mexico, it was warmer and they did not have AC in that van. Okay. So I'm assuming it was like that for her. Moving it along, we see Zell, who used to be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and he is now was dating Saucy Santana. He's at the jewelry store, and Zell speaks on it being a big deal that he has decided to go public with Saucy. If you've seen Zell's story before on any Love and Hip Hop, he gay, but not gay. I am not a part of that community. Like I've dated women, slept with women, but that was years ago. I'm talking, I wasn't even legal to drink. So I don't think it really counts. But
I think what needs to happen is he's a walking example of people being sexually fluid. He's a walking example of that. That's what when I see him, that's what I look at. Because I feel like there's a lot of men who are sexually fluid, but because society has taught us to box everything, there's no freedom just to date a person just because you want to. You have to have like a whole, like, oh, you've been gay your whole life. You have to have some kind of backstory as to why you're dating the same sex, where I feel like anybody really could do it. I'm one of those people. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who believe that. I know I'm the Lone Ranger on this because a lot of people are like, no, it's not like that. I'm sorry. I've seen way too many stories where people who are identifiably straight go and date and marry the same sex because they found some likeness or just like me and another like person that said it's just easier. It really is. It just is easier.
I mean, I always said, I don't know. I don't think I'm attracted to men or women specifically. I have to like you. So, I mean, some people are that way and nothing's wrong with it. People need to stop telling people they can't be a certain way just because they don't agree with it. You just don't agree with it, but that is what it is for others. But I
And
agree
usually
with
those will be the
you.
ones that are just,
Yep. Yep. I'll try not to say it, but hey, if you said it, fuck you. Um, but I also think with Zell, he always talks about his dad and how he's a real nigga, Southern LA, all this stuff. Sound like your daddy got you thinking that it's something wrong with liking who you like, Zell, and I encourage him to go to therapy. Anywho, Saucy Santana comes in acting extra. Zell wants to bring Saucy Santana to meet his Atlanta friends. And Saucy says that he feels Zell puts his friends above everything. But Saucy Santana, I remember you. You was on Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm gonna say this: Saucy came in there acting a little too poppin'. Yes, he's well known, but you're more famous for being the friend to Carisha, the city girl that can't rap and has no talent, than you are as a rapper, if that makes sense. He did land a deal with Atlantic, but we've heard they didn't renew it, and he's potentially, independent. I don't listen to Saucy Santana's music. I do think he has talent because I did see him in some ciphers, so I'm not going to take that from him. But he gives an example of someone who's let the fame that they have go to their head, and he seems like an asshole. He does seem like an asshole. I'm not going to lie. I know to some of you guys that may be cute, but he literally calls himself Material Girl. And to be materialistic to me is not a good quality. That's me, though. I know for some people it's that way. For others, it's not. And in the scene at the jewelry store, tell me if I'm lying, James, but it seemed like Zell is more into Saucy than Saucy is into Zell, in my opinion. What is with that? I don't do pub PDA, but you post. I remember when they were together as this show was filming. You post y'all all the time being affectionate. So I don't get that.
I don't think it's that.
What do you think?
Because it's early. Oh, echo. Sorry. We had an echo. No, I don't think it's that. There's sometimes men who are identifiably uncomfortable with situations because they don't know like what this really is. Like to me, because it was early in their relationship, I felt like he didn't want to give himself false hope. That's what it seemed like to me. And I think he's probably been in a situation because I've been in those situations where I've given myself false hope thinking something was something else. And I allowed a lot. I allowed the person to be affectionate. I allowed the person to, just really like showcase me. But when push came to shove and I challenged even more, I realized that it wasn't what it really was. It was just you using me for an opportunity to just showcase. And that's what that was for me. So I think he's moving in the direction where like I don't want if it ain't real, but I'm not going to say that on this camera. In the situation, it did out you in like a whole different way. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, I agree with that. I don't have the knowledge of this relationship. All I know is years ago when we saw Saucy Santana on Love and Hip Hop Miami, I didn't like him going off because he had been shot or something. And I think it was Miami Tip who was like, maybe if you shut the fuck up, people wouldn't get pissed off and shit wouldn't go down the way it go down.
Yeah, she did say that.
He was so mad at her about it, but now seeing him, because we really didn't see him after that again on the show, but now seeing him, I'm like, yeah, he gives that type that'll piss somebody off to the point where they want to pop him in his mouth and then cry about it. And I'll never forget him running out of that damn club when he was with Bambi and the girls from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and they got to fighting, and all you see is Saucy with heels running out.
Yeah, I remember that. I wonder why that didn't get brought up yet.
He probably don't want it to, probably did the most to come back to the show. I mean, he is pretty well known right now for being friends with someone who is well known. I want him to talk about Diddy because I know you be around Carisha and Diddy. I want you to talk about that. But, it's cool. I get that. So I guess they're a couple. Good for them. But just from this first scene where we like really got to like talk to them, I know now it makes sense why they broke up. This ain't had no bones in that relationship. Moving
No,
on.
I didn't see any chemistry. I didn't.
I didn't either.
That to me, I felt like he would date somebody that was unassuming like him. That's what I picture him with. I don't picture him with the effeminate, saucy Santana types. I just don't. And I'm not saying that because he's masculine, but his energy as exudes so much masculinity that
It
would be
does.
vibrant to him. So that's why I didn't see that. I was like and sometimes opposites attract, and sometimes you do see the overly masculine with the overly effeminate. I'm not saying that that's not true either. What I'm saying is like, I don't know, his stigma. I honestly pictured him with someone a little bit more masculine. That's what I'm just gonna say.
Huh? I would agree with you. Shit. So we see Erica. What's this girl's last name? Erica Banks, her attorney, as well as her manager, meet up to discuss her deal with 1501 Entertainment. Why is Chaotic there, Erica? Why is he there? He can't even commit to one woman. He said he only got eyes for you, but they made you his woman. I don't understand why Chaotic needed to be there. But she basically says that she thought she was out of her deal with 1501, but Carl came at her with a random contracts that says, and it states that she owes them 2 more projects in the form of an album or an EP. The lawyer says that 1501 has a strong case. It sounds like the timeline for her contract was up, which does happen commonly with industry deals, but there are other things in the contract other than time that have to be fulfilled, often with 360 deals and certain things with music. So she probably gave up the time, and she said they haven't been marketing her music or anything like that or helping her with it. So that probably delayed her doing more projects, but she has to give them these projects and then she could be released. And she's thinking about fighting it in court, probably because Megan Thee Stallion was on the same label, fought them in court for the same issue and won. It took her, though, like 4.5, 5 years to settle her case. And she's just now going independent. So I don't know why you guys keep signing the 1501. They're independent artists, and they seem to really go after female rappers because I have not seen one male artist from that label. She asked Chaotic's advice, which is stupid. I'm not even going to discuss the advice that he gave her because you are at a meeting with your business manager and your attorney. Why the fuck are you asking somebody who calls themselves Chaotic advice on your career?
Because she's goofy.
Yes,
She's goofy. I was like, I looked at that and I said, how we get here?
He won't even call you his girlfriend.
Ask him for what? Where is his record deal?
Thank you. Thank you. Did he ever finish his case? Because when he was on Love and Hip Hop Miami, he had a case.
I'm just saying. And for me, and y'all know, people are, he had a record deal back in the day. That ain't today. Back in the day ain't today. So I'm gonna let you know these labels nowadays, because everybody is popping off without them. Like a lot of people who are in music now don't need record labels. You literally, all you need is a manager and an audience and a distribution deal, which you can actually do yourself because Apple takes anybody nowadays. So you don't need labels as much as people think. And
I didn't say anything. I almost sneezed and it made a noise. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to interrupt you, but but I'm gonna say this. I was like, for her to ask him that when all contracts are different, for different reasons, I felt like that was the wrong person. I feel like I almost would rather you ask Rashida.
Yeah.
Than to ask him. Because at least we know Rashida has been a woman in the industry with multiple deals, even one that Deb Adney called out. But I'm just saying, yes, I would rather you go to someone like Rashida who actually has, or hell, even go to Spice. Somebody.
Yeah, Spice is actually signed too.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. I don't know why she did this. What I will say, it's okay to be independent. Megan Thee Stallion learned her lesson with 1501. She could have signed with the biggest of the biggest, and she chose to stay independent. So I think that's telling. Learn from your mistakes. But what happens is they catch a lot of these artists when they are desperate. It is expensive to be an independent artist. My husband's music opens up this live for a reason, because I want to help him be supported. and get him, some type of listenership. Naya says, and social media, that's all they need. It's true. You know how many people Josiah Cosme is like, oh, I got a listener because of your recap about TV, just because they hear it on the intro. So, social media is very powerful. I agree with that point. You don't even need that. And my husband is independent. He uses DistroKid. Anybody can sign up. It's like $20 for the year. They'll distribute your music to every platform: Apple Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all of them. So Erica Banks, I think, just got caught wrapped up in that. But I'm glad she has an attorney. Please listen to your attorney, boo. Don't listen to Chaotic. Moving on, Bambi and her hooves, as Mama D calls them, is speaking on Mama D. And Bambi's upset because Mama D put out a diss track. Mama D put the diss track out after Bambi dissed her. Bambi will tell on herself while also trying to make herself look like a victim in one sentence or scene. I don't like Bambi. I never have. I don't care for her. I didn't like her on Basketball Wives LA, and I don't like her now. The only thing that's different with Bambi now is she's learned to keep her hands to herself and to be a little bit quieter. But she's old as
I don't
hell.
know. I felt like I liked her on Basketball Wives just because I didn't like the Govan sisters, and she was the only one that was going at them.
That's
with
true.
True. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I liked her on Basketball Wives. I didn't like her on Love and Hip Hop just because it just seems like she was really anchoring, trying to get on this show, and when she finally did, it was like, okay, you could have just, just stayed just in the cut somewhere. Just saying.
Not in the cut somewhere.
I'm just saying, like, because to me, that's what she's doing now.
And for those wondering, I know Bambi can't rap for shit based on all that we ever see, but the track that we heard a little bit of, what are you doing, Bambi? You know you old enough to be hanging out with Jackie Christie and Malaysia and all of them girls. Why are you trying to make music that just sounds like something that don't fit you? Please do better. Please. I agree, says, facts, I never liked her. She was Malaysia's friend for me. That's all. That's how it was for me as well, Naya. I did like her putting the Govan sisters in their place, though, because I'm glad
they did entirely too much. Between them two and then Natalie Nunn, y'all make people from the Bay Area look crazy.
Ooh, thank you. I didn't like how the Govan sisters, they're from Oakland. Mm-hmm. And
what club did their dad own again? It wasn't Jeffries, it was the other one.
Yeah, there's a different one, but
I forgot what club he owned in Oakland.
They invested in the EOY DC, which is the East Oakland Youth Development Center. Mm-hmm. Play basketball there, but that's all they've done. They made it seem like they're going to do a lot. They did redo the EOY DC, and they have Laura, not Gloria. Laura is actually giving back a lot to the Deep. Shout out to the Deep. I love y'all when you act right. you know. Naya says the pretentious ass sisters. Naya, those girls are pretentious. When I tell you they are from the same, like, damn near block as me, I say y'all making the town look bad. Because it's not even like that out there. Like, Oakland has its issues and its flaws, but, like, specifically Gloria, they're just intolerable. I was glad when they left reality TV, like, for good. Moving it along, Carly Red then invites Amy Luciani to hear her song. And she wants Amy to be on the record. And Amy hears the record playing when she comes in. Carly knew the bullshit that she was pulling. She said, I'm going to go find the newest member of the show who's not known at all for music, barely. And she said, I'm going to catch that ass. Amy is not one to pass up an opportunity and has some type of business sense. She agrees to do the track. But Carly does let her know that Erica Banks was the person who was originally supposed to be on the track. Now she's not. Amy, I appreciated her for at least being honest. She was like, I like the beat, obviously, but now that I know she's on it, I'm still do it because I'm petty. That's the Gemini. Amy's the Gemini. I think we have the same birthday. Amy, Sierra, and a bunch of other people I don't like on this cast are Geminis. I say, well, sometimes I don't like my other personalities either. I could be real nice, but I'm not going to bullshit. I hate Geminis that bullshit. Like, we can be messy. We are definitely condescending. But it's not without, you had to have done something to a Gemini to get the negative parts of them, which nobody likes to admit. But you know, it is what it is. But what do you think of Carly asking Amy to be on the track, knowing that Amy and Erica have issues with each other?
I would have said it was old school Carly Red, but something about this felt different to me. It seems like she was trying to do like a kind of what the Migos was trying to do with Cardi and Nicki Minaj, but it went sour real quick because of conflicting schedules according to Nicki Minaj. But I feel like that's what she's trying to do. I think she's trying to like almost like annoyingly settle the differences and try to make money with the girls because she has something there. She really does. And I think I heard the song recently with them too. I think she put it out, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at my playlist again because I think I saw it. But I'm gonna say it really isn't her trying to be messy this time. I'm shocked I'm saying that.
I
Because I know
think
how I feel
Carly,
about her.
especially seeing how she had like, okay, and we got to perform it tomorrow. I need someone who's going to do it quick. It seems like the label wanted the song out regardless, and she needed a placeholder. And this is why you don't want to be like Carly Red, someone with no talent going into the industry, because she was like, and I know Amy can write this track overnight. If someone says, Amina, can you write me a 16? I can do that shit in 5 minutes. I do write music and poetry and all of that. I just don't want the spotlight for that shit. Hell no. But my mom was in the industry. She had record deals with Capitol years ago. And it taught me as a kid in the industry, dancing and seeing my mom. It taught me. I'm glad I saw that at a young age because I would never. I wouldn't. But yeah, it does. I don't think it was full pettiness on Carly's part. I just appreciated Amy for saying that. Carly, learn how to write. I know you already got the engineer to help you with the auto tune to balance out them vocals. All you gotta do is learn how to write, baby, and you'll be able to figure it out, darling.
I'm just saying because that's you said it, not me. Because I promise you that was what was in my mind. I was
that's
like,
what
Lord.
it said. Because why not? That happened to my husband. There's a big artist in Oakland that he was supposed to do a track with, and then the guy was taking like way too long, and then he got a manager and paperwork came involved, so he ended up not doing the track with him. But my husband just broke the second verse. That was it. There was no discussion. Just write another verse, Carly. Why you got to call another person? You can't do the song on your own? I don't get that. Anyhow, moving it along, we then see the ladies back in Belize. They're performing at Spice's show. Since we're already speaking about talent, I want to know what Spice does. Spice is famous, I think, because she reps her culture. Dance hall, no shade. You really don't need to be on key. You don't need to know much. I feel like Spice probably writes, but I'm like, she never performs it live. Like if you watch her performances that we see, at least on Love and Hip Hop, especially this one, it's the track playing and she's singing over it. I don't know how much she charges for her tickets, but I'll be damned if you overcharge people in countries that don't make as much, where, you know, they may not be able to afford that like that, for you to just do the same fucking moves you do all the time, lifting that damn left leg in the air and spinning around while twerking. I'm so tired of seeing the same stuff from Spice.
Because I literally was just seeing her on IG and she was doing that.
And she with the fucking
and then she lit that leg.
I'm like, you're flat, and it always looks like she's struggling like hell to do it too. It's never.
Girl, I am not doing this with you tonight.
I'm tired of seeing Spice. It's the same moves every time. Beyonce does not give us the same shows every time. Okay, it can't be the same every time. The dancers are doing more work than Spice on stage, but it is what it is. She performs. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna move on. The crowd loved her. I think the people of Belize are beautiful too. I've always wanted to go there.
Yes, so. Absolutely.
They got
gorgeous.
A different kind of chocolate to their skin. I'm trying to tell you. Naya's laughing at me. I'm doing the best I can. But that's all she does. She performs and then she gets in your face real serious. And then when she's the leg comes up and then she's holding it and there's a mic. I'm like, oh shit. It's appropriate for a music video, but to like be lifting that leg in the air at every performance, it's like, girl, relax. She's gonna pop an implant. That's what's gonna happen. So moving it along, we then see it just does not get better, these notes. Fuck. Jessica White.
I'm gonna get through it, y'all. I promise. I'm gonna get to it.
I'm trying to be a good person.
You are
Why
a good
would I
person,
saw?
friend.
Okay, the Lord is with
Her,
me, as what Anna
yes,
says.
amen.
Jessica White has made a song. Now, last season, she was like, I want to be a singer and I'm in my own way. And I've got to just go out there and do it. Like everything is just really dramatic. And Zell comes into the studio and we hear a little bit of the track. I don't know why she chose to go with Bangladesh. If you saw what happened with her and him last season and how he behaved, how he spoke to her, this is clearly a transactional relationship, the two of them. Bangladesh is a big producer. I don't think his stuff is that great, but somebody does. She asked Zell to come by the studio, which he does. They've known each other. I guess they have a history. And she asked him if he can get Saucy Santana to do a track. And Zell immediately says yes without asking Saucy. And Saucy said earlier at the very beginning of the episode when they were in that jewelry store, I don't care to get to know y'all Atlanta friends because I'm not interested in all that TV shit and people wanting favors. And that is how it goes. Like James has spoke of this on plenty of lives before on both of our channels. When you're in Hollywood, we'll call it, not physical Hollywood, but you know, in the industry, whether you are writing books, whether you are writing plays, whether you are just in a movie, or whether you are an artist, usually it's networking, they call it. You talk to people and that's how you find new deals, new experiences, things like that. Saucy don't like that part of it. And I don't blame him for it, but at the same time, no one would care about you if it wasn't for the city girls. So, you know, each one teach one, share what you received, kind of. But yeah, I'm like, Zell, you got to ask your boo before you just get them to agree to stuff. Like, you can't just say, oh, yeah, I'll get them to figure it out. Like, and Zell just said he felt inclined to say yes. What I'm going to say, Jessica White, you told us you were a singer, and then you made this weird ass song about voguing. If you are trying to disconnect from the fact that you're a model, okay, what do models do? Vogue, 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 vogue. Why the fuck would you make a song about your modeling? You may as well just go model to the song and just have background music for when you model. Because I can tell you, I didn't care for the song. Maybe the Gen Z, people under the age of 25 might like that. I don't see older people really liking that unless we're like drunk in the club. The gays might love it though. I'm not gonna lie. They might love it.
I can see it being played in the club. I can.
Yeah, but
I can say if they can play Sugiyana, they can play her too. But I'm gonna say this because y'all know how I feel about this lady. I don't know why she brought her ass on TV. I don't. But I just want to let y'all know music is not for everybody.
It's not.
It is not for everybody. I can't sing. I love to do it, but I know I can't.
Stop it, James.
When I tell you I do karaoke, I love to sing. That is probably one of my favorite things to do in this world. But I know I can't do it professionally. I don't want to hear some old deaf tone ass girl making up a song in the irony of a career that she has. That is insane to me. So not only are you goofy when it comes to this 7 or 8 year relationship with a man who was legally married, if we talking about the 7th and 8th year, to a very famous lady
who can really sing,
by the way,
without the auto-tune.
Yes, here you is now putting in our face something that you really can't even do.
Child.
It's like, ma'am, I want to champion for you. I do. Because I hate putting down a black woman. I do. It's the worst thing in the world because I feel like I'm putting down my mama. But I cannot ignore the stupidity, the ignorance, the uncreativity that you possess in this as a creator of my damn self. I cannot let you tease, laugh, and joke in our faces like this. It is unacceptable, and I want you to cut it out.
Yeah, I think the creator part of what you said really landed. I actually do sing. My mother sings, wonderful voice, strong one. My sister too. I sing as well. It's not my passion. And there's actually a lot of work. Listen, I could sing on key, all types of shit. Well, my friend from jail keep calling me Sing Deborah Cox for all the inmates. I said, oh, hell no, y'all ain't gonna have me doing that. It is different singing for your loved ones, even if you can sing and have that gift, than it is when you get before that fucking microphone in the studio. It's so much different. You have to take it seriously. You have to care. One of the reasons I don't, my husband would be like, sing on this track. I'll do little stuff for him. But I'm not a professional singer, and I actually have the natural gift to actually sing. And I don't do so because I don't want to stop smoking weed. I said it. And to be a singer, goddamn it, you got to gargle the olive oil. You got to take care of your voice. You really do, because it will change. And I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm not willing to put forth the true commitment that singers put forth to do what they do. And I can actually do it, even with smoking. It just have a little nice rasp to it. But listen, I'm not gonna do it if I'm not serious about it. If you are promoting yourself as a singer, there is nothing we should hear from you other than you singing when you put out your first track. Okay, I'm just saying. Beyonce gave us Crazy in Love, and that was a pop song, but she sang her ass off on that song. Like, people come out, Summer Walker, she's new. Ari Lennox, she's new. They're all very, very new, and they sing. Now they're, auto-tune, a little, simple shit, but they sing. So come on now, Jessica, please do better. That's what I'll say. And I'm glad James made that point, because but we'll give her time. So back in Belize on the last day, they're having a dinner. I'm gonna say this again. I am sick of them talking about the healing journey. I'm so tired of hearing about this. You bitches ain't healed. Nobody heals from trauma or and mental anguish overnight. As many years as it took you to attain that trauma, it's going to take you double the amount of time sometimes to learn from it and fully heal from it. And sometimes you may not fully heal from it. You just learn to live with it and to be better. They speak about it. Then Sierra comes. Talking about Eric. That's how she looks to me, like a fish. Suck your mouth in and do the fish lips we used to do as kids. That's how Sierra be looking. Does she not? Because the work she's having done, her eyebrows be up because it looked like she pulling that face up.
Oh my God. You know who she looked like to me? And I'm going to go to hell for this. And y'all, I don't want to hear it from y'all. Keep your comments to yourself. You can't laugh at this. What was SpongeBob's teacher's name, the driving teacher's name?
Miss Pearl.
Yeah.
I can't even laugh. She does.
She looks exactly.
She looks like Miss Pearl after coming back from driving with him when she.
Would she blow up like again?
But also, listen, your black is beautiful. If your brown is beautiful, your white is beautiful. Whatever the hell you are, it's beautiful. Stop changing your face. God made you a certain way.
Yes, especially when you're as beautiful as Sierra is.
He was pretty.
You don't need. No, I'm gonna still say she's pretty because she is beautiful. But you don't stop messing with your face. Stop messing with your face. I don't understand.
We're not gonna recognize her in about 2 more procedures. And shame on the doctors. Stop these people. Doctors have a right to refer them to get psych help.
And I need somebody. No, doctors too busy trying to collect some more money. Like, that's what it is. Hell, y'all need to stop doing that shit because this shit does not look right on her at all. It looks terrible.
It makes you want to call the board to be like, can you come check out her plastic surgeon because he's done something wrong. That's what it makes me.
Yes, she needs a sue. Whoever this is, she needs a sue.
Yeah. It's just the fact that African American girls, no makeup. We have high cheekbones. Sierra has high cheekbones like me naturally. The more she does stuff to her face, you're not going to be able to change certain things.
I know, because Sarah, look, I called you Miss Pearl, but you finna look like a damn squid if you keep doing this shit.
Not Squidward. We went from Miss Pearl.
No, I ain't say Squidward. I said a squid. You know how a squid got a sword face? That's what she's going to start looking like. She's going to look like that.
I could go for calamari right now. I haven't had it in years. That's squid, right? I haven't had that in years. So good. Anyhow. Leave me alone, y'all. I haven't eaten today. I'm hungry. And I love Disneyland. I used to go with an
This
old
girl said
friend,
she was some
Crystal.
damn calamari and some squid. Girl, you don't come over and finish this line.
So good. It sounds so good. I love seafood though. I hated seafood most of my life, but like in my
But I can't
30s,
talk to y'all. When Married to Medicine had that crab boil, I was sitting over there just drooling on my TV because y'all know that's my favorite thing in the world is a crab boil. So yes.
I haven't met a person who doesn't like crab yet. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's very
Oh, especially Arts Crab Shack over there in Hayward off Mission.
they closed.
I know they did. My mama told.
Pandemic got them. Yeah, I know. I think it's a Japanese restaurant now.
That
I
doesn't
was like,
surprise
how
me.
many Japanese restaurants does downtown Hayward need?
55, because that's how many are down there. 55 of them.
I'm like, that seems to be what Hayward has.
And Law Victoria's is gonna turn into one too. So let me stop.
Oh no, they're still there. They moved, but they still there, and they still got that orange sauce. Yes.
Okay, let me stop before I get upset. Okay, go ahead, continue.
It's like, nah, we like to eat. Everybody, apologies.
We sure do. Yes.
When
So
I
I come
visited
home.
James,
No, when I come home, I'll be home soon. When I come home, China Cook, La Victoria's, and Round Table Pizza.
you don't have Round Table on that side of the world of the.
I didn't have Round Table in Phoenix.
No.
Yes, I had to go to Vegas to get Round Table.
When I get on a plane, because I will be in Florida, oddly in August, which is a bad time to visit, but I will be near you.
You sure will. Yeah, because depending on what it looks like in August, I might not. No, don't do that to me. No. Don't do that to me. No, do not do that. No, I do not want it like that. I want it fresh and hot when I get there. I want the chicken smokehouse pizza. Do not play with me.
Not you knowing the menu. You're on time.
I used to work there. That's how I know.
But why do you remember?
I know it's been 18 years since I've worked there.
Yes,
but it's been a long ass time. But because I used to get 30% off my pizzas, and it was a shame.
30% off.
30% off.
Well, I don't understand. A Round Table pizza, a small pizza, is $30. So
it wasn't that back then, but today
it is now.
Yeah, today it is. Well, no, back then you can get you a medium pizza. Back then, but my 30% discount was $8, and I would tear it up too.
See, California is expensive. A medium pizza from basically anywhere now, you're going to spend at the minimum at least $35.
I was 2 or 3 years ago when I came home. I got me a chicken smokehouse medium pizza. That man was shocked I ate that whole fucking. Well, I hadn't eaten all that time, and then you flying, so it fluctuates your stomach. I was hungry as hell, and I went right to Round Table Pizza and got me a medium chicken smoke. Well, half chicken smokehouse, half combination.
I cannot with you, James.
Yes.
I just cannot with you. I cannot. Nia says she loves food too. We need to all. That's where I want to go is to Philly to eat. But
I can't go to Philly. I can't go.
I don't want to go nowhere famous. I want someone from Philly to take me to where the locals go that nobody famous is at. Tell me I can't wear a color. That's fine. Tell me what I don't care. If I need a vest, the bulletproof, I don't care. But I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat.
Especially that one with that. Philly cheesesteak with that macaroni and cheese and tater tots. Yes, I want that.
Just carbs, but good carbs.
Yes.
Lord, let me get back into the live. Because I'm hungry. I have not eaten today, so I really will sit here and talk about food. And I should not. Sierra and her fish face bring up Eric, who she's been divorcing. They're all sick of Eric's name, just like we are. And I was glad they said something because we don't want to hear about it. We get it. You're getting divorced. Be with him or leave him. And then go forward. And now that she's not friends with Bambi and the other one, it's like this. You start to realize that's probably why they were friends, because they're just bonding off of their negativity and their trauma that they have with these men, even though they chose them. But moving forward, Rennie asked, what the fuck? Oh no. Hold on. I'm gonna block somebody real fast because it cannot wait. All right. Moving it along. Apologies. Rennie then asked Sierra if she's going to ever fix things with Bambi because their friendship is in the dust. And Sierra says she's not interested. And I respected her for that. I am not interested in being friends with anybody who supports anybody who is racist. And it comes down to that. It's that simple.
Right.
Exactly. It's not my job to teach you. That's what Garcelle said, on which we're going to recap after this, Housewives of Beverly Hills. It is not my job to teach other people how to not be hateful. And according to psychology, just to throw my degree in there, you can't unteach people what they already believe based on either their environmental situation from their parents, their beliefs where they live, or their own personal experiences. You can't teach that, unteach that, and you can't teach it. So a person has to want to be different and has to want to see people for better. So I'll leave it there. And I think that that's probably why Sierra's not dealing with her. That also could have impacted her brand, because Bambi's brand is impacted. People don't really fuck with her the way they used to. But Sierra just says, I'm not interested. Then they ask Rennie, well, are you going to make peace with Erica Banks? Because they had a thing where Rennie assaulted her for no good reason, in my opinion. Rennie says no. Then Spice there as asked if she's going to forgive Mena, or who was the other one? Because Spice argued with everybody. Who was the other girl? Who was somebody? Spice had Carly Red. And Spice said, no. How you bitches sit up here, and this is how I know you guys are fake on your healing journey. And me and James said it in the earlier episodes. You guys are just trying to fix your images and your reputation because people don't fuck with you because of how you behaved last year. It has not changed. The only person who's kind of getting some grace and some positivity with me is Sierra. Oddly, I used to feel that way about Rennie, but if you can't be accountable for what you said, what you did to that girl, then I'm not gonna fuck with you, Rennie. There is no reason on the planet, even your mother's death, unfortunately, is not an excuse for you to put your hands on anybody. It's not. That's why when people go crazy and they plead guilty for reason of insanity or not guilty for reason of insanity, they still have to do time just in a psych ward, because you are still accountable for your actions no matter what you go through mentally. It's just that simple. And that applies to all of these women. So I don't understand this fake journey. I'm tired of experiencing it. I don't want to hear about it. They did, when talking about Erica Mena, Spice gets bothered and tries to say that darker complexioned African-American women have it harder sometimes, which, as a darker complexioned woman, I will say that is true. It is. And Rennie also confirms Spice's feelings by explaining a situation of her little sister, of one of her sisters. I didn't know if it was her little sister or big sister, but she said Rennie is light skinned. I don't know if you guys saw her mama and siblings in the previous seasons. They are all chocolate like me. And Rennie says that she had read in her sister's diary that her sister wished she was lighter and looked like Rennie. She also says that Rennie would walk in the rooms with her sister down to being in school, and Rennie would be acknowledged and people would not acknowledge her sister. She said that teachers had told them they're not blood sisters because they don't look alike, and that, they're different. That is a true experience. And I'm glad that someone who was lighter complexion spoke up, because while lighter complexion Black women do tend to be preferenced in the world, it doesn't mean that just because they have preference that they don't feel our plight, they don't empathize with our struggle as darker complexioned women and all of those things. I appreciated Rennie for it. I thought she was actually genuine in trying to talk to Spice. What pissed me off was Spice getting up from the table crying, because even though that lady threw a racial slur, you hollered at this woman, your son hates you, he hates you, while hopping over a table. You got mad at this woman and kept your foot on her neck when you didn't need to. Erica did come to that conversation with good intention, and she started it right. So while I don't fuck with Erica Mena because nothing excuses a racial slur, at least in the beginning, she did try. Spice has taken no accountability in this situation at all, still to this day. And I don't understand why you're getting up from the table crying. Then when Rennie comes over to console her, tears, I'm so tired that Black women have to go through this. Spice, you big old fucking bully. Let me tell you something. You do not get to cry about what Black women go through when you have bullied and attacked Black women in the worst of ways. Look how you treat Carly. Look how you treated other people at the show.
I'm trying to tell you.
Spice, don't nobody feel bad for you. We don't want you as the spokesperson for Black women. You're the worst example of a Black woman. You've hated the natural body that you have to where you've changed it and you're botched. You have treated people like shit. You need to just be focusing on your health, but you insist on being on my television screen. I feel like they should have both been fired because certain things you say to people is going to force them to snap. Like if somebody says, "Your husband hates you," or this thing, people going to snap. So I'm not going to say too much on it unless you wanted to add something to it, James. But I just
No, I don't
good
have nothing.
message
I
for
have.
us.
Yeah, wrong messenger. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Wrong messenger.
Spice, we don't feel sorry for you. Now I feel like you're trying to manipulate your audience, and I don't like that, so I'll leave it there. Moving on. James, do not laugh. And you, James, behave, because we're going to discuss this girl again. Jessica White has Saucy Santana and Zell come to the studio finally. Saucy threw shade from walking in. He threw shade at the producer because he's like, I got a song just like this with this producer. Like, because Bangladesh, if you go listen to his music, he does basically make the same beat over and over again. He'll just change the pitch of it or throw something in there. It wasn't a unique beat. And he's like, wait, so you a singer? Because Saucy thought she was a rapper, which people would think when hearing this song. She says in her confessional, she's like, I can already tell Saucy is going to give me a no on this song, but I'm going to still do it for myself. Which I was glad she wasn't a sourpuss about him not wanting to do the song. What did he say? But Saucy did make a very good point. He said, I just feel like artists work hard and I know how it is for artists. He said, I ain't too big to come here and at least hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like if he liked the song, he would have been willing to hop on it with her. But he made the point of, I had to build myself up and you should do the same.
Wrong move.
You say you're a singer, but you're rapping. And what did he say? I only know her for being Nick Cannon baby mama. This is why you have to be careful who you sleep with.
Absolutely. But I'm going to say this. I don't like that attitude where people say, I've had to work my ass off to get where I am and you should do the same. To me, how do you know that she hasn't done that? That's the point that I'd like to make. Just because it looks different for you doesn't mean that person's not working their ass off.
I think what he meant is like in terms of music, she hasn't.
I understood what he's saying,
Yeah.
but it was the attitude behind, because I feel like he would tell somebody that who is working their asses off.
He
Like, I
probably
feel
would.
like, yeah, that's why I'm saying it was the
tone
tone of his voice and how he said it. It made it seem, I wasn't talking about Jess because I know we weren't talking about her, but I'm just saying, I feel like he would tell that to somebody who is working their asses off. And the thing about it is, I hate when people who luck out always want to tell people, oh, you need to work hard because I worked my ass off and stuff like that. And there's people who work even harder than you do and still don't even get the opportunity to shine like you do. Boom. She just said it in the chat right there.
Yes, this is true. Kim Kardashian
that was
women to work harder when she grew up rich. Literally.
The irony. No, it wasn't she grew up rich. I ain't even gonna say that. The irony of her saying that when I felt like, yeah, we got to see you on national TV work hard, but I feel like those opportunities weren't hard for you to get.
Yeah. Saucy Santana has been connected for some time because all of his friends and the people he knew ended up on Love and Hip Hop Miami. He then left the show when they stopped fucking with him. He is good friends with Carisha, the young Miami girl dating Diddy and the City Girls, who has zero talent. JT of that group is the one that raps and writes the raps. They even made a show that was just canceled called Rap Shit about their story. So I get what you're saying and your point of view, but I think because this is Jessica White.
Yeah.
If this was like a regular person who we don't know, or like even someone on the cast like Amy Luciani, who he said that to, fine. Because I said it earlier in this recap, Saucy's let his fame get to his head. And he doesn't realize that he's still not respected as a rapper and primarily famous for knows. But for
it also speaks to your character and then also reciprocity. Like, as somebody who makes it in the industry, reciprocity should be a part of your willingness to desire to have more. And I think that that's what a lot of people forget when they have that kind of attitude. Kim Kardashian is one of those people. I feel like reciprocity happens with her because of white people idolizing her. and the fact that she's not a black woman with all these black Renaissance attitudes and esques that she likes to walk around with. I feel like that is what they model her behind. But the problem that I really have with Saucy Santana, and as I said, I'm not talking about Jessica White because I know this some fuck shit. But what I'm saying is, I don't like when people demean other people and other people's crafts. Because if she really wants to be a singer, like I said, by all means, if you really want to be that, I don't believe it. But if you really want to be that, it's not up for you to say she's not working hard enough to not do it. That's not up to you to say, even though we clearly can see it. I still would have rather him say, I respectfully decline, but I'm proud of you for what you're trying to do and get out of Nick Cannon's shadow. I would have preferred him to say that. Not say.
You have to also notice that he didn't say any of those things to her. He said those in the confession.
But it's going to be a point where she's going to see it, though.
No, I know, but I'm saying he had no intention going in there. That's why I said he threw shade the moment he walked in the door. You could tell. Which is why he shouldn't have came. Probably dragged his ass there. But I am glad that Saucy did say publicly what everybody was thinking. Jessica White, you can know people, you can be well known, but you gotta, if you're gonna sing, you gotta sing, boo. You can't come out with a rap song first. I don't know if you don't have an image consultant or if you're lacking PR, but I don't know who came up with this, who's doing your artist development. But if you are a singer, the first track you put out should be you singing. And that's just common sense. As for Saucy Santana, I agree with everything you're saying and think that the way he's behaving on this show is going to turn people off to him. I think VH1 was thinking they'll be able to pull in his fans because he does have a large fan base, but the types of fans that are going to be pulled in watch Zeus, and we don't want that. That's all I'm going to say. We just don't want it. So we'll see. So far, after seeing Saucy Santana on this show, I don't care for him. And I'm sorry. I understand some men dress up feminine. And it don't bother me. Look at Bobby Lights. He does it. But I'm going to need him to shave that beard. Because what the fuck? I don't get it. But that's all I'll say there. Moving it along, the last scene we see of this show. Carly Red having a single release party for the song that was recorded the night before with her and Amy. Amy comes in, Yandy comes in, Bambi comes in. Bambi's supposed to be performing. During the time of this filming, people were roasting Bambi for putting out her music. People have gotten at her about her music. It's not the greatest rap. And the stuff she talks about, and she raps with no emotion. It's weird. Bambi also at this time has a diss track that Mama D puts out. And oddly, Mama D, when she puts out a song, that shit does well. My husband still to this day, I swear to God, you'll probably hear it one day. He will be washing dishes. I deserve. I feel like.
A little confession. I actually like that song too.
I do too. I do too.
I actually like that song. I'm sorry. And it's not that it's not her singing. I know it's not her singing. I love the message behind it. Because I love love. So that's why I love
their vibe.
Not all of them. I just like that one. I don't like the other couple.
I like her music. I feel like anything Mama D does, though, me and my husband, we love Mama D. We're big Mama D fans. At this point, I'm probably watching for Mama D, which is sad. I'm still not over Mama D falling out at Shay's daughter's birthday party. Where Fable was like, no, you cannot see the dog. She stayed her ass on the ground. Shay said, get up. Mama D, get up. I said, oh, hell. I love Mama D. She's a gem. But, oh, Lord, moving it along. Carly has a single release party, and everybody's there. Yandy comes in. They're supposed to be performing. Bambi has a panic attack. All right. I'm going to say this, and you guys are probably going to, some of y'all might love me. Some of y'all might unsubscribe. Some of y'all might hate me. I really don't care. I've always suffered from panic disorder, as well as generalized anxiety that is so bad. I've had seizures, actual convulsions from it. I had to take medicine for many years, from 14 all the way up to 24, before I could get a hold of it. And I still to this day struggle with it. Okay. I actually have. Now, I don't just get panic attacks. Panic disorder is different from a panic attack, just so people know. I have panic disorder. So unfortunately get panic attacks sometimes often, and it is a struggle. I have never, when having one or seeing anyone who's had one, I've gone to residential treatment and have been and done inpatient treatment as well for this. I've seen other people while hospitalized for it who've had panic attacks. Bambi is one of the only people who I've seen have a panic attack that's able to talk, to know that her mouth is numb, get up and walk out the room. Like most people just have to kind of sit there or will run out and won't be able to explain anything. I didn't understand it. I saw something online too, and it did make me think, like, Bambi, did you just not want to perform? Like, what? Because there were a bunch of execs there for labels, like genuine labels. So I'm like, that's so
I
strange.
don't know. Because
She
to
said she's had
me,
a few this week. There's also a difference between anxiety attacks and panic attacks. There is a difference between the two.
she could
I
have been
feel
nervous. Like she could have been nervous. I don't know. Because I don't want to say for like.
she performed in a club as the main act when she was with Scrappy. She's done it also right before they've gotten divorced. She posts herself in the studio all the time. I feel like,
Yeah, but the thing about it is, look at where her life was at that point to where it is now.
but that's what I'm saying. She had performed like weeks before the performance we
Yeah, but
saw.
it could. But I'm trying. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just trying to say, I don't think she was in the right headspace. I just don't. And we
Probably because
haven't
Mama
seen.
D's diss track was out. That's probably all people
I
were
don't even
thinking.
know. I don't even think it was that. I just think that she just wasn't. I don't think she hasn't been in the right headspace since the divorce. I'm gonna say that. And I feel like with all the other issues that have happened out of that, the whole Imani situation, Mama D situation,
Her
her
doing,
Erica,
her
right?
doing.
Her doing. No, I get her doing. I feel like she just has not been in the right headspace because not everybody come to her aid the way they had in the past. And with
Yeah,
this whole
because
Erica
people are
thing, yeah,
starting to see. That's what I feel like. I'm not saying she's faked the attack. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I don't care or really have too much empathy for her. You can't keep throwing daggers at people and then when they start wanting to throw them back or ignore you, now suddenly you're panicking. If you want to be a rapper, Bambi, be a rapper. But I'm tired of it, and I feel like she uses everything that happens in her life that's not positive as an excuse to talk about or bring up Scrappy and them. You're being rude to his kids. You're keeping the kids from their grandma. You acted funny towards his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. She needs to just find peace in her life. I'll say that. But
I
I'm
agree.
tired of Bambi. Let her take a break from the show. I don't know if they do leaves of absences in Hollywood, but give her one because she doesn't give anything. And if you take away Scrappy, the baby mama drama, the issues with Mama D, Bambi ain't got not shit of a storyline. There's nothing interesting happening. I don't care to watch her run her boutique, which everybody in fucking Atlanta who's known has. She can shimmer her ass back to Compton. That's how I feel about Bambi. And it has nothing to do with Scrappy. I don't care for Scrappy either. And I'm kind of over Erica Dixon. I'm tired of all of them, honestly, being honest. But
Right.
moving on, Bambi has her panic attack. She leaves. She says she needs to go to her mama house instead of a hospital. You need to take your ass to a hospital if you're having so many in a week and get you some goddamn Zoloft, Prozac, fucking something, a benzodiazepine. Get you something, girl.
Right.
I don't care if you take a Tylenol and put it in your poop chute. Do something to calm yourself down. But I don't need to hear this shit no more, Bambi. Feel better, boo. Feel better. Next thing we see is the performance with Yandy, or not Yandy, Lord. We see the performance between Amy and Carly Red. The song is okay. I think Carly does well with Islander songs because we forget that she is from Trinidad. So I think it's good. She's leaning into her culture. I just don't like how everybody and their mama's trying to hop on the Afro beats and island vibes with music, but it's what's popular right now. So, we have to accept it. Once the performance, Carly and Spice are definitely friends. First of all, Carly's BBL is fucked up. 2, Carly was just twerking all over the place. She looked strange doing her little dance. I didn't understand what was happening. She too old to be moving like that. Carly, you 49 years old, lady. You need to just be
49.
I'm just coming up with an age. I don't know how old she
Girl,
is.
Carly is 55. She can order off the senior citizens menu at Denny's. Don't stop playing with
Oh,
people.
she qualifies for AARP. Okay.
She does. If
All right.
Mimi is 55, I know damn well Carly is too.
The comment, Nia, no. Carly Red just say herself no more. Why I picture Nia Green just sipping something? She just say herself no more. That's all you can really say. I think that's the best way to sum it up, actually, when it comes to Carly Red. She looked the best on the stage. And I don't know what she does. I'm still remembering what caught me on Love and Hip Hop, what got me on this song. Louis Prada Gucci, Louis Prada Gucci, Louis Prada. Like, I'm still thinking of
But I'm
that.
gonna say this to people who like. I'm gonna say this and be positive. I know we go to Beverly Hills next, but I'm gonna say this and keep it light and keep it positive. Ladies, let Carly Red be an example that it is never too late to what did George Ellis say? It is never too late to be what you might have been. Carly Red is the walking example of that. It is
Yeah.
never too late to be what you might have been.
I agree. That's actually the one positive. One thing I can say, she has a very good work ethic. She doesn't give up on the things that she starts. And I'm happy to see her leaning more into music again on this show versus her having a different man per season. So that's better. That I know it sounded shady, but it wasn't meant to be. But I know it sounded that way. Naya said with a cup of tea. I love tea. I drink tea every day. I have multiple variations, loose leaf, bagged, all types of teas. I love tea. But that's all that we have for this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We will be back again next week. This episode is titled Panic at the Disco. Going forward, I will name the episodes after their names. We are going to now recap Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I always save thy best for last. This is like my favorite show right now, just in general on TV. So I'm happy to go over it. I appreciate everybody who watched. Shout out to Nia Green for always being a regular. We really do appreciate you. It keeps us going and helps us with motivation. Thank you to James for being here. Subscribe to his channel, hoes. And I'll see y'all later. Adios.